Generation 5 is, among fans, considered the best one. Whether it's because it brought us 156 newly introduced Pokemon, a new, vast region, memorable and fan-favorite characters, or battle mechanics that make you want to shove a jackhammer up your... Plays back to Redux, created by the excellent hack makers FX Cubed and Draiano, is as close to a perfect Pokemon game for nuzlocking as it gets. With smarter AI, numerous gauntlets, additional boss battles, and gym leaders with completely revamped teams, competitively crafted movesets, and items on all of their Pokemon. Despite all of that, I decided that I will beat this game with my hardcore Nuzlocke rules. In each area, I have to catch the first Pokemon I see. If it faints, it cannot be used anymore. I am not allowed to use any items in battle, excluding HUD items. The battle mode must always be on set. I can't overlevel the next gym leader's ace Pokemon. All obtainable legendaries and mythicals are off limits. And most importantly, if my entire party faints, I have to restart the challenge from the very beginning. I also didn't allow myself any calculations or documents until I beat the first gym of what is considered mid-game, because in my experience, playing early game blind makes you improve faster and think more outside of the box. Or I guess I just hate myself. Whatever the reasoning was, what you're about to watch is the journey of Attempt 6. Here I present you the story of how I beat the hardest Generation 5 Nuzlocke. Also, I definitely didn't steal this concept from P-Chal. Please don't sue me. Chapter 1. Burnout. After losing the first 5 attempts, somewhere in early game, whether it was to the jump scare that is the grunt on Flockacy Ranch, the first gym leader, the second gym leader, or my own stupidity, I geared up, ready for Attempt 6. The starter selection in this game is very important, because each option has a completely different use throughout the run. First of all 3 of them are linked to elemental monkeys, which are going to be your best friends for early game. If you pick Tepic, you'll get by far the best starter for the first 3 gyms, as well as a really good late game mon, but you'll also get stuck with the small broccoli monster, which won't help you as much as Pampor or Pansear. Oshawott is a pretty good mon for the first few splits as well, getting his hidden ability Shell Armor, but more importantly, you'll get the best monkey, the Legend, which can sweep through Berg if used correctly. Basically, Asha makes the most consistent early game, and that's why I had to choose Snivy. Contrary makes it pretty viable on Charon, as you'll see, but his typing is a huge risk for early game, so you'll probably not really use it until it becomes superior. Pampor is a pretty good early game Pokemon as well, and I'd love to tell you about Simipour's usage. The thing is, none of my attempts got to use it because the monkey always got crit, or in some cases double crit, because Blaze Black apparently doesn't like the funny water hippie monkey. I'm sorry, I got a little carried away there. I picked up my early game encounters, including Purloin, Pidove, and a little fun dog. You also get an egg on the ranch, which has a whole bunch of different Pokemon in it, including the 3 baby starters from Fire Red Omega, Vanillite, Spheal, Algium, Ew. I gotta capture. Wow, another Pokemon that sucks throughout the entire early game. What a shocker. The Grunt on the Ranch is a double battle, and probably the first instance of a difficulty spike you'll notice in this game. He utilizes moves hitting both of your Pokemon with secondary effects, like Breaking Swipe, Incinerate, or Electro Web. And did I mention he has a fucking Axew? Which previously had Dragon Rush, but we're over that now. Yeah, the hope of Attempt 6 withered away pretty quickly, losing Purloin, Lilpup, and the never-living monkey to the relentless pushing of his better Pokemon. I knew Snivy or Capchu will have to bite the bullet as well, and so I rolled the dice. Quick Claw! Coming in clutch! We got another shitty attempt past this fucking fight. It's not like it mattered. 3 deaths before Charon is a death sentence, right? Charon has a pretty mediocre team. With that said, his worst Pokemon is still so much better than most answers you get. The Porygon can mess up a few of your Pokemon if you're not careful. Doduo outspeeds almost every Pokemon you can get up to this point. Munchlax takes hits left and right, and once it goes down, you have to tank a boosted Retaliate from the diet version of Cujo over here. In case you chose Tepic or brought the Fire Monkey, his Apom has Water Gem for his Water Pulse. Honestly, without experience, even the best encounters you can get won't give you a free pass through this nerd. Let me ask you a question. When do we give up? When you see there's nothing you can do with what's ahead of you, do you just let your hope fizzle out and your mind lose interest? Or do you fight your heart out and pray for the best outcome? I'll let you guess what I did. Snivy has the perk of using Porygon's Contrary against him. Since the AI doesn't realize what Contrary does, Workup just deems the lead useless, and I'm able to Leaf Tornado it down at almost full health. Doduo is out right after, so I have to make a hard switch into Capchu. Aerial Ace doesn't do enough, so Doduo works up. Scary scenario, right? You don't have to worry though. This bear deserves its name and constantly uses Quick Claw to bail itself out of certain death. Munchlax boosts my speed with Rock Tomb as Snivy slowly bodies him, as well as the Lillipup. Deerling, however, doesn't go down easy. Apom sees that it doesn't have an answer against Snivy, as Water Pools does a laughable chunk. And we do the impossible, getting this definitely dead attempt as the first hurdle. Now, we get rewarded with Servine, and the Burbank City Kanto starter, which obviously has to be Charmeleon. Solar Power Charizard is insane in this game. Plus, it's the only shot I'll have against Berg with this box. I also get a Magnemite. As you can imagine, a Steel type for the Poison type gym is really good, and the previously lost hope is slowly coming back. It all relies on this fishing encounter. Okay, this attempt goes on. Roxy's team consists of a Toxic Spike Setter and a Boom Boom Pokemon lovingly packaged in one trash bag, Coughing with an insane coverage, Speed boosting Whirlipede with Steamroller and Venoshock for your toxic Pokemon, Ivysaur, which could outstall even the toughest Toxapex in the business, a super buffed Life Orb Ghastly, and a Golbat, which made even one of the toughest Nuzlockers in the industry rethink his life decisions.
It's a rough day. Rough day. I don't know, man. That sucks. Thing is, I did get lucky several times, so it's not even like I had bad luck. It's just, I don't know what to do about the Golbat, to be honest.
Luckily, I had a good team and a foolproof plan. Trubbish set up spikes as it went down, and allowed Magnemite to go into +2, meaning after risking a crit flamethrower from Coughing, the small magnet claimed its second casualty. I thankfully made the correct prediction that Whirlipede would be out next, but it tried to cheese me with Protect to get its speed boost. I risk another crit, which again doesn't happen, and here's where my plan kicked into overdrive. I went into Quillfish, intimidated the weird bug, tanked a weak Aqua Tail, got rid of Toxic Spikes, and killed back with a priority Aqua Jet, all in a matter of seconds. Quillfish also lowered Ivysaur's special attack with Acid Spray, making it harder for it to stall me. I then switch back and forth and eventually kill with Tranquil, baiting Ghastly for Icy Wind. I go into Charmeleon and put it into Aqua Jet range for Capchu. Bet you didn't think this frail cub would have this much use early, huh? And his work isn't even done yet. Capchu also tanks a Venoshock and slows down the toughest member of Roxy's team. Tranquil then dodges Hypnosis, which just meant I didn't have to risk Quillfish, and Roxy fell. After this fight, I felt really good about the run. 3 deaths at this point were standard for my runs, so it doesn't really matter where I got them. This is also why I tend to not reset my runs. If nothing else, at least you get to play risky and learn more about the game and its mechanics, since you know that the attempt is probably not going anywhere. Or you might define the odds, become the new best underdog story, and beat the thing that bested you before with far less tools to work with. There's also a Bryson fight you have to do before you're allowed to go to Castelia City. That's a fight that solely relies on you having a fire type and a fast finisher, which I both have, so we move on. This is also where I mention I don't want to fight Brawly for the Meditite egg, since I wasn't sure if I can beat him deathless.
You know what makes me genuinely happy? I'm not gonna have to see Roxy for a long time now.
As you can clearly tell, I really liked the second gym. Like a lot. Chapter 2. Forged by Flames. After my arrival to the Big Applin of Unova, I got greeted with possibly the best encounters I could have asked for.
Oh, baby.
Crocodile is really good once you get it, and surely I won't let it go to waste. Crobat is an insane addition to your party for Berg, as it trivializes most of his team. I capped it off with a guaranteed Audino, since I wasn't allowed to use documents and didn't know about the Johto starters in this city. Also, if you see anyone playing this game, they usually debate whether or not to go for the Victini. But I wanted to play this game without legendaries, plus he's guarded by a guy with a really tough Buffaland. Berg is really not difficult team-wise. The difficult part comes in with the format. Double battles are the staple of the first Blaze Black, and it's safe to say I was not happy with this unpredictable version of Berg guarding the key to Elisa. Also, Berg's Scyther was a gift from Bugsy, since once this Scythe Petal beast started sniffing too much glue and made its diet solely of amphetamines, Bugsy couldn't contain it anymore. Meaning, this fight required me to fight aggressively and risk a lot if I wanted to come out on top with at least 2 Pokemon. So I did exactly that. I led with the 2 powerhouses, and my entire strat could be over if Yanmega targeted Charmeleon with the Bug Gym boosted Bug Buzz turn 1 or turn 2. And the strangest part? I had to pin the Yanmega for as long as I could, and defeat the other, more significant threats first. No matter the amount of Intimidates, the combo of Wing Attack and Flame Burst seemed to do the trick. Crobat was just a hanging air slash bait at this point, so I switched into my Intimidate Boomfish as Tragedy struck.
It's good. It's gonna kill it. Alright. Oh, okay. That's gonna kill Quillfish, huh? See ya.
In the end, it actually worked out for me pretty well, as I could bring in my Tranquil with Tailwind for free. Leavanny has a Focus Sash, which also sounds pretty spooky, combined with Leaf Blade and Swords Dance. Almost sounds like the Dream Sceptile set. But then you realize I have Flame Burst. Now that the 2 Swords Dancers are out, and I'm outspeeding them both, all I have to do is pick my poison. Let the +1 Leavanny live and risk a crit Leaf Blade, or let Scyther live and risk a crit with every move it has. I chose the former. Scyther goes down and Leavanny is out alone, with just one option to ruin this very surprising run so far.
Yeah, don't crit that. Please don't crit that, that would suck. Okay, cool.
Which she doesn't do. Meaning this insane attempt that I didn't expect to get past the gym trainers in the first gym, let alone Sharon, just made it past the quote-unquote early game with just 1 extra death added to the count. And we were just getting started. Before you even make it to Nimbasa City, you have to face 2 more boss battles. Colress with a carefully crafted Black Mirror-esque team, and another goddamn double battle. with Lenora. Yeah, the gym leader from the first game, who everyone forgot about because she was too basic. Get it? She's the normal type gym leader and she gives you the basic badge. You get the joke? Please laugh, please, I beg you. Colress is pretty easy, since most of his Pokemon aren't fully evolved yet. This is really just a teaser for what he's going to smack you with in the future. The only issues could be the speed boosting Rotom and the try-attacking Porygon if you get unlucky. Or, in my case, the Clink.
Don't crit me, and I should be fine. Thank you for just shitting in my fucking face. Great.
The real unspoken boss is the surprise double battle with Lenora and her husband. Especially since if you don't check the documents, you won't expect it. It is just 4 Pokemon, and alone, all of them are pretty manageable. Turn 1 Stealth Rocks from the sturdy Gigalith can make this fight get out of hand really quickly. And with Stoutland's coverage, Unfezant's Tailwind, and Machamp's Firepower, I definitely say that there is a way for you to wipe here. But the chance is about as big as me not being bullied by YouTube after I upload. Once you enter Nimbasa City, you open another batch of encounters. Route 5, where I got Pikachu, which I was really pumped for as Raichu has insane coverage in these early versions, and it could definitely be a run saver. Route 16, which I skipped for now, and Lost Lorn Forest, where I definitely didn't want to fish after what happened last time. Yeah, I didn't skip Relic Castle. You pretty much always want to get the gift fossil here. If you go on Friday, you get a guaranteed Lily, which basically gives you the best Gyarados counter in the game, as well as a free pass through Marlin if you water it properly. And don't let its appearance fool you. The coarse rock texture gives it great absorption powers. Elisa's level cap also enables you to get all the starters to their final evo. None of the gym trainers require much thought, at least not with a decent contrary superior. But now for the hard part. Elisa is a triple battle. Her team members perfectly complement each other between the Volt Absorb Lantern, front and center, giving it passive healing from Emolga's discharges, the Sashed Emolga outspeeding everything and getting the benefits back from Lantern in form of Motor Drive, and Electivire's immense punch. This lead will body check you harder than that bully in my 2nd grade gym class. Yeah, I still remember, Tom. There's also a fast Raichu with Icicle Crash for all the grass types, especially that Serperior, all physical Zebstrika with a very weird moveset, and a Stunfisk, which I completely forgot was even in Gen 5. Luckily, my tanky and extremely supportive Audino with Light Screen and Heal Pulse enables me to pivot perfectly through my team, until Cradily gets out. And I'm telling you, don't fuck with Bartholomew. Listen, he might have penises around his neck, but he ensured Elisa's team got sack-tapped faster than me in my 2nd grade gym. Is this really what the script is now? Me getting smacked by my own hand? Which reminds me, hey, did you guys hear about my 2nd grade gym class? I didn't even consider Elisa being the real boss, despite wiping to her on my previous attempt, since it was the subway dudes who made me lose all my assets that time. Now that I knew what I was up against, and had a Crocodile, Chandelier and Espeon got cooked, and the 2v1 was a great opportunity to let out my frustration from attempt 4. Ingo and Emmet? More like Stinko and Regret. Haha, got him. The Biker Charles fight is a run killer for sure. Not only for the fact that it's a triple battle with one of the most evil Excelgors I've ever seen, Alakazam on Bath Salts, and the second lineup, full of heavy-hitting tanks, but also the triple AI in this version of the game just doesn't work like it's supposed to, which was the only reason why I got out of it deathless, despite leaving Crobat on the field against Bouffalant and Crustle. Yeah, if there was one Pokemon this run who had to endure more reckless plays than this Crobat, it's... never mind. We'll get to that. Blaze Black to Redux also enables you to use the subway for another additional starter. The Hoenn one, to be exact. I picked Swampert, since Clay was next, and I was scared, alright? This was the first time I got documents in this game, and let me tell you, a damn good time for that. From what I've gathered, Sceptile is just a much worse Superior with some niche uses, and Blaziken just never gets picked. Poor guy just wants to dance in his bell-bottoms. Yeah, remember what I said about the Crobat? Yup, you see that right, that's a Ditto. The scientists on Route 6 have scarfed Dittos. I can't believe I almost lost an E4 candidate to a mistaken planning. Surely I took this warning and won't ever do it again, right?
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Spoilers much? Let's first take a look at Clay's team. There's a permanent sandstorm because of course there is. And Clay's team makes great use of it. Excadrill with Sand Rush and Air Balloon as an ace is tough enough. And this one is backed up by Garchomp with the Yache Berry against those pesky mountain bears, Nidoking with a reasonable combo of Sheer Force and Life Orb, having the move pool deserving of his king status, and also a Torterra and a Mamoswine. The only weakling being his leading Seismitoad. This is the first time I did calcs in this game, and it really shows. Pivoting from Crook to Bartholomew was obvious, but there still was a drawback. The Rindoberry was no match for a quad-effective +1 Giga Drain, and I was correct on Nidoking as well. So it was another turn of drain and hope for no pain. But since Nido lived on a sliver, I knew the optimal way was Ancient Power. Omniboost would be massive, and saving Giga Drains was important as well. At least according to my not at all faulty plan. Mamoswine was yawned by Beartic, and I made a minor calking mistake while making the next move. But Swampert pulled through, putting my plan back on track. Charizard burnt Torterra, and Garchomp required some extra pivoting, thanks to my Swampert being ruled out. Brook clutched up with a burn, and Superior closed the deal. But now, the ace was coming in to drill it home. I knew something was dying either way, but Leech Seed at least ensured my win by stalemate. I pivoted back and forth, trying to get Excadrill to Aqua Jet range, and you already saw what happened next.
I mean, with Excadrill, I don't need this, right? I'm sorry, Base. You didn't last very long.
I figured with a semi-guaranteed Drillbur from Relic Passage, Crocodile had to be the one. And was the Drillbur even worth losing the best matchup against this Elite Four? Well, you tell me.
So let's see if it paid off. That's naughty, and that's 31 attack and 24 speed. What the fuck? This is an insane fucking Drillbur.
The next rival fight has only one issue you have to plan with, and that's the Flygon. Being Bug Dragon in this game with Dragon Dance, stab moves for both types, and Scorching Sands for fun. Also, a very amusing 50-point buff in special attack. Plus, with my starter choice, his Starmie has a red card, which I always forget about for some reason. I told you this Crobat was a godsend, and why did I say was? Don't worry about it. Link is ridiculously buffed in this game. With already great typing and decent stats, you already know it's gonna make all the most important teams. Balls? I mean, who doesn't like their cog with some balls? Am I right? Route 7 has a decent encounter pool as well, but I really wanted a Weavile. So Doubles Grass and Prey it was. I mean, it's one thing to get it, a whole other thing is to catch it. Oh, there's also an extra gimmicky fight with Colress on top of Twist Mountain that I almost got a heart attack from.
Oh shit. You don't want to fight me now, do you? No, I can go, right? Oh, I can go, whoo!
Yeah, those massive Pokestar Studio things. He bought them. I guess Unova really is the American region.
Capitalism wins.
I also couldn't use Skulks with those things, as I had no idea what type they were. So I just brought the most diverse, hard-hitter team I could think of. And Pinsir. Just in case something had to go bye-bye. Oh no, what happened? Anyway, all of the Digimon things got clapped relatively quickly. despite their stats. 100 across the board. Since Chorus's typings are pretty predictable. MT is pure steel. UFO I guessed as flying psychic, in reality it's flying electric. FOO, definitely fox. But it's steel normal. And MT2 is just a better Iron Thorns with steel electric. Chapter 3. Diamond in the Rough. After acquiring Cloyster, Magnezone and Klinklang, and also overleveling my best rock type, it was time to take flight. Skyla is another triple battle. Don't worry, there's just a couple more after this one. Her team is pretty straightforward. Jumpluff gets Tailwind up, Gliscor heals every turn with Poison Heal, and the coverage of Togekiss, Pidgeot, and Aerodactyl slaps you harder than my sister when I... Whoa, I'm not reading any of that. I don't even have a sister! Basically my whole plan for this battle hung on the first exchange. If I could knock out both Gliscor and Jumpluff, both being very good ranges for me, the fight was free.
We actually got it. No fucking way.
Please ignore the fact that I didn't know Prankster and Quick Claw were in the same priority bracket.
Please kill it though. Please kill it now. Do it. Hit it. Let's go.
With Jumpluff down, Raichu was one level higher, guaranteeing the range on Gliscor. As you probably already guessed, Swanna is very expendable and is in this fight just in case I have something to sack. Aerodactyl fell for the bad bait and Raichu did insane damage to Pidgeot before switching to Magnezone. Swanna took out Pidgeot and contributed slightly with Icy Wind. Aerodactyl was obliterated by my huge balls, and the opposing Swanna was a perfect match for my Magnezone's Thunderbolt. But do you remember what I said about the risks?
All of my Pokemon live that. Burn on the Pokemon that it doesn't matter on. Let's go.
As you can see, I was playing very optimally and risk-free for the point in the game I was facing. There's also an unexpected Bianca fight at Reversal Mountain. This team is the definition of unbalanced. I mean all three starters. Pigskin Fetus 9000, Mienshao, and the Throat Goat. Not to mention all of these Pokemon have the best items to utilize. Luckily, this game taught me how to navigate through tough battles like this, and with an unbalanced team myself, I was able to buy a few more encounters ahead. Oh, also Klinklang is genuinely unfair to use against Hugh. So instead, I opted for another close call.
Live. Oh, it lives. Thank God. Holy shit, that was terrifying. I just fucked up. I didn't realize it was faster.
The Scary House was what I thought my last hope for Litwick might be, but instead, I got a Spiritomb. I mean, who wouldn't take a Ghost Dark type, right?
Dusk Ball. Nope. You fucking prick.
If you've seen any of my videos, you know I tend to kill the legendaries the game gives you, but this Cobalion really wanted to make a stand against it.
Oh, wait is that guaranteed? See ya.
Well, maybe next time, D'Artagnan. But don't worry, I was not gonna have a shiny-less box.
What the fuck?
With all my luck now wasted, I was forced to face my scariest opponent yet. One that has the blood of a champion in his veins. And a team made with pseudos and powerhouses like no other. 6 Pokemon, starting with a Sashed Metagross with Iron Fist, Stealth Rock, and 3 different punches of different types. Backed up with a Gyarados, which is definitely not broken in this version, not at all. Also the combo of Quiver Dance Volcarona and Guts Flame Orb Conkeldurr. To top it all off, there's a Garchomp, which is always a delight to work with, and Emboar with V-Create. Yeah, that move, with 180 base power on a buffed physical powerhouse. I guess it's time to break it down a bit. For the Emboar, I had a clean answer in Excadrill if I can find a pivot. Gyarados AI doesn't really know what Storm Drain does, so that was no issue. And for Garchomp, I really had no choice but to use Beartic, the Dragon Slayer. That left just Metagross, Volcarona, and Conkeldurr to plan for. And I knew I was not playing around Conkeldurr Guts Stab, so Drifblim was my pick. With pre-burn Flare Boost, I had a guaranteed one-shot. Volcarona got walled by Charizard, unless it Quiver Danced like 4 times, but the Metagross with Focus Sash was an actual problem. I settled for Darmanitan, as that cleaned the Excadrill pivot as well. I found the unassuming boss battle and went in. Benga started with Metagross. I clicked EQ first, as I had to break the sash anyway. No need to take additional recoil from Flare Blitz. Metagross got pretty quickly replaced by Garchomp, which is exactly how I thought it was gonna go. I made a clean switch into Drifblim on Earthquake, as I also noticed Benga healed my pre-burn. But that's a problem for me in like 5 minutes, so for now I went into Beartic. Garchomp Swords Danced, which I didn't expect, but then the AI bailed me out and did it again, as I played around the Yache Berry with a triple axle. I knew the V-Create was coming from Emboar, so Darmanitan it was, as my most expendable piece. Since it lived, Emboar shouldn't use the same move twice in a row, as the AI doesn't like to lower its stats unnecessarily. I hoped for Wild Charge and went into Excadrill, which was exactly what I got, and Excadrill proved his nickname right. I got a break with Gyarados, switching into Cradily and enjoying the buffs. Charizard went in on Bug Buzz from Volcarona, and then I screwed up. Clicked Fly, and gave my opponent a great chance to Quiver Dance for free. And he made a bank from it, boosting twice and surviving my Fly. Luckily, I kept Quick Attack on my Zard exactly for these kinds of screw-ups. With nothing going wrong, Benga was boiling in his own juices, sending out his last terrifying compatriot, the Kong. Drain Punch was a free switch into Drifblim, and even without the boost, the range was like 97%. There were just 2 rolls to miss the KO and possibly lose my Drifblim to a crit.
Kill it, do it. Oh fuck, we hit one of the ranges. Holy shit. Live, 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 live. Oh, let's go. Burn now should kill it, right? Yep. Oh my god, I've never got so unlucky with that.
Chapter 4. Dig a little deeper. While trying to get a Bisharp on Route 9, I got a different sort of treasure with Kirlia. Fairy types in this game are extremely valuable. Yeah, there is a fairy typing in this game, by the way. I also got the guaranteed Lapras under Village Bridge. Lapras is always a stellar Pokemon, and with the Dragon typing in this game, there was no way you can get anything better here fishing. I decided to fight Winona for whatever reason I had for it, but with Klinklang, it was really just a matter of minutes. Drayden seemed terrifying, and after making a minor mistake in my planning, I was about to find out how terrifying exactly. I knew the Druddigon had Dragon Tail, so I couldn't set up much. What I forgot to plan for was the red card. Now my superior got sent right into Glare, deeming it pretty useless for the rest of the fight. Thankfully, Dragon Tail dragged Flygon back in, so the plan seemed semi-on track. Drayden's Flygon was out second, and even with the Draco Plate, this was still just a decent range for me.
Come on, kill the Flygon. Do it for me, please. Oh, god fucking damn it.
Yeah, just like that, one of the best Pokemon in this game lost. The gym leader, it should trivialize. At least his Flygon fell too, thanks to its Life Orb. Sceptile was third, but it was the Pokemon with the weakest matchup against the team I brought, so there was no issue taking him down. I had to take a chance of Balls surviving a close combat. Otherwise, the run was over.
Okay, it lived. Sick.
I'm not gonna lie, this moment, along with one we'll see very shortly after, were the closest to wipe turns in all of Blaze Black to Redux for me. Now, it was just Charizard and Salamence. and I knew I could sack most of my team here if necessary. I started with Cloister to ensure the kill for the incoming bear tick. As soon as Zard went down, I knew we were through. I could breathe again. This was rough. No more mistakes. I can't let any more of my Pokemon die. Surely I meant that. Now, I got a few more encounters, like the disgustingly OP Starmie, losing the 50-50 in favor of Clamperl, Feebas, and the Mistralton Cave victory. Bagon. Mence in this game is no EK Mence, but it still holds up. I was ready for Marlin, who, let's face it, is a bit of a dumbass. He has a great team, with a Drizzle Pelipper, Ludicolo, Bulky Wailord, Focus Sashed Kabutops to ruin your day, a Kingdra, which is always obnoxious to deal with, and a Life Orb Poliwrath for the one-shots. To pull this off, I have to utilize what is called pinning in Nuzlocks. Since I don't want to deal with Poliwrath and Kabutops at the same time, I really need to keep Ludicolo in until those cradily threats are dealt with. I lead the battle with Lapras and an underleveled Torkoal to bait water moves into its slot. I even surf with my own Lapras for an additional boost. As I get Cradily out, both opponents targeted with water moves, making it instantly +3. Pelipper U-turns, and Kingdra gets nuked by already +5 Giga Drain. I had to repeat on Kabutops to break the sash, risking the flinch on Lapras, but if that happened, I would just use Jellicent for the same purpose. Now that Kabutops was dealt with, I protected Lapras from Drain Punch to safely KO Poliwrath, and from that point on, I didn't need Ludi anymore. So I got rid of that, the Wailord, and lastly, the lead Pelipper for the final gym badge. Safe and deathless, as it should be. Kinda contradictory to losing Weavile to a crit on Tate and Liza, and Raichu to a crit from Quillfish during the Zinzolin trial. Both of those deaths could have been easily prevented, only if I had a strong and fast dragon type. You know, maybe even one with access to stab bug moves. There is also a notoriously hard ice-themed double battle against one of the sages. My solar power Charizard and gear grinding Klinklang carried me through it without breaking a sweat. Colress was a triple battle, but no one told me that. Not even the dogs.
Oh shit. It's another triple battle.
Luckily, my team strategy worked maybe even better that way. I mean, Unfezant's Boom Burst harmed 2 of my normal resists, but she paid for it with her life, so I guess we're equal. At least you got to enjoy Solar Power Charizard in all of its glory, right?
It should just take out all 3 of these Pokemon. Not entirely, but like, they're gonna... Oh, fuck. Okay. Oh, shit. That's how Charizard rolls. How's that for your research, Colress? Huh? That was like 3 turns.
I rushed all the triads because, let's face it, none of you wanna sit through that. Or maybe I just got completely owned by a fucking computer in those fucking rotation battles! And we went straight to Getsis. He leads with a Cofagrigus, which is super mid, right? Well, considering I have to play around Mummy, he runs Will-O-Wisp, Hex, Protect, and he can set up Trick Room for some of Getsis's slower mons, hindering my normally fast team. Yeah, I don't really know about that. Electros, who I still didn't really figure out how to pronounce properly, is the second least threatening member of his team, with decent coverage in Wild Charge, Drain Punch, and Aqua Tail. So Cradily will have to eat a Drain Punch before taking him out. Gyarados, the actual harmless puppy of his team. Hydreigon is pretty tough too, with the Life Orb boost, but since our Dragon Slayer Beartic takes Flash Cannon like a champ, he'll manage. And now, we're getting into the thick of it. Machamp with no guard, wielding Stone Edge and Dynamic Punch, the 2 super OP moves with the setback of low accuracy, exactly the thing no guard negates, and some additional coverage in Thunder Punch and Cross Poison. And then, the mythical Genesect, The double weakness to fire is nice, but with the download boost, great move pool, and a focus sash, allowing him to at least get one hit off, you have to have a good plan with a few backups going into this fight. I mean, unless you want to go back to that country boy grunt. Before even unleashing his team, he first tried to kill me with a Black Curum, not realizing Clink Clang exists. I open with Zororg, disguised as Amoongus, and Oko the Cophagrigus with the Night Days. On Machamp, I get the real Shroom out, surely confusing Getsis, and thanks to Spore and Synthesis, Machamp goes down relatively easily as well. Now, out comes Genesect. I was willing to risk Amoongus here for Spore. I mean, it's not really an E4 Mon, and that's all you gotta worry about now.
Please? Come on. Nice, FX4. Sleep? Holy shit. Okay, cool. And I flinched. Nice. Oh no, I misclicked. Oh shit. I actually didn't. It's because it's sashed and I don't want to waste my PP on the sash with Flare Blitz. Now we do it. Not gonna do that much, right? I should live a recoil from that.
With the most dreadful part of the fight behind me, Electros got taken down by Cradily as planned, and the only one left was Hydreigon, which Beartic should live a hit from, right?
Okay, we need to get a good range here. Hell yeah. Beartic, you absolute fucking legend. Kill this three-headed abomination. Get it out of my field. That's how you do it.
And Gyarados was exactly as broken as I expected. Getsis was defeated, which only meant one thing: the planning for Victory Road. Of course, you never know what can happen there. Perhaps an encounter you long abandoned your hope for. Or you wipe. That's always a possibility, you know? I got a very welcomed fighting type edition in Mienshao and checked in my 8 hard-fought badges. I mean, can you believe I went into Cherin with just 3 Pokemon? 2 of which are still alive, by the way. I had no hopes for Roxy, but tried for the sake of the challenge. And with every new obstacle, I was willing to learn and find a way around it. And here we are, at the Victory Road gates. The beginning of the final stretch, which has really no tough trainers. I mean, that is unless you run into the optionals. Oh, there's also this double battle. Probably the craziest crit average I've ever seen.
Or like Psychic the Gengar. Double target. Oh my god, that's a crit. Are you kidding me? Well, I didn't mention which side ate the crits, did I? Gengar dies now, sick. And Heatmore should target Starmie with Giga Drain. Are you fucking serious? Okay, kills both. That's a crit. Oh my god, Starmie is on fire. It's like 4 crits in a row.
The real fun begins when you get to the weather portion. 4 battles, you have to fight as 2 consecutive ones, back to back, each time with a different weather condition. The Hail and Sun duo comes first, and I definitely had to focus my planning on the Ice team since... I'm just kidding. Clink Clang took care of that one with a solve of gear grinds. I wasn't allowed to switch the lead, which I actually used to my advantage. The drought brought by Torkoal got overwritten by the drizzle of my chonky whale, and Waterspout brought the drought back with Ninetales. I just pivoted through Crobat on Solar Beam and right back into Wailord. I guess you could say I wasn't saving him for a rainy day. Crobat finished the Chlorophyllers.
Oh my god, it lived. Oh, it is sashed. I mean, I wouldn't die without a crit. And it could go Quiver Dance because it doesn't see a kill. But still, just removing that option altogether, that's insane. And this should just get killed. Yeah.
The second pair begins with rain, so Cradily sweeps.
I'm gonna just stay in on Veilord as long as I can, and then sack it. I'm pretty sure we at least losing one Pokemon in this fight because I'm stupid. Which I should have done before, and I would still keep a fully healthy Veilord to sack later, but sure. Garchomp out now, please. I would appreciate it. Wait, I'm not outfeeding the Garchomp though, right? Fuck me. No, I'm not. By 9 points.
A slight misplay on Excadrill causes me to lose my Lapras. But the only two Pokemon possibly making it to the E4 are Excadrill and Klinklang. So Lapras was a sacrifice I was willing to make. With that gauntlet over, there's just 2 battles left before facing the Elite Four. Lance and Hugh. The former being way scarier, since I planned for these fights in advance. Just, you know, with Lapras still alive. Can we not bring that up every sentence? Aerodactyl holds a focus sash, so I set up Hail to break it before surfing the prehistoric beast to death. Death. You know what else is dead? Seriously? Who wrote that in? After a sweaty close call on Starmie, the outrage-locked Mence got gear grinded. You know, just like all the other problems this run. Klinklang also baited the sweet close combat for Salamence to eat. Before ending the Throat Goat Lizard, Gyarados gets bullied by my Penis Plant, and the Life Orb Charizard had a trick up its sleeve. Oh, did I say trick? I meant crit. That didn't stop my Goat Salamence from the Oko with Dragon Claw. Lance sends out his Johto Champ Ace, and the real showdown begins.
Triple Axel. Outrage, relive, outrage. Should be around 70%. Yep. Berry and Multiscale goes down. And these hits should be enough to finish it off. A single crit was enough to finish it off, actually. And that's it, right?
My plan for the final fight of the regular portion had 2 outcomes. Duh, winning and losing. No, you dumbass! You really think I didn't figure out a plan B if something didn't go as planned, and then plan C if that didn't work, and then
2,000 years later.
I just really put the effort into it, okay? So, those 2 outcomes. I either don't get crit turn 1 and sweep Hugh with 1 very expendable sacrifice, or I do get crit and sweep Hugh with 2 very expendable sacrifices. So, let's play a game. Can you spot the Pokemon who was dying either way? If you pick anything else than Swanna, just turn the video off, man. No. I was kidding. Of course I was kidding. Don't cut my watch time. I haven't eaten this month yet and I'm really trying to get the partner. I beg you, can you stay?
It is time for our final showdown. With the scrappy Swallow that took me way too long to plan around. Oh, we just Drain Punch here. And we hope she doesn't kill us. Normal hit cannot, just a crit kills us here. That doesn't seem like a crit.
And just like that, Pilot's license got punched out. Emboar lowered his stats with V-Create to make Swampert's job easier for him. As if he needed to. Lilligant got bodied by Bat Lady, and for the last time this attempt, I enjoyed the contrary Leaf Storm extravaganza that is superior. Flygon comes Antony to be with Swanna. Since Swanna's so fast, there was a small chance it could live, but Flygon didn't flinch. Oh no, my Swanna that was supposed to die like 30 fights ago is now gone? What am I gonna do? Magnezone proved my calc wrong by one-shotting Starmie, and it was time for the real nerd shit to begin. But it wouldn't be a real planning session if I didn't exhaust all my options. That's right, the Abundant Shrine, where I got an Altaria. With the Dragon Fairy typing and a buff in HP, it's the perfect candidate to sit in the box forever. Instead, I got my long-awaited Victory Road encounter. And the gods must have been listening to my prayers from the strange house.
Grey Bridge is gonna give us the Lampent! Let's fucking go! It's exactly what we wanted. It's amazing. Holy shit, nice.
I started building around Salamence and Starmie, and made a decent plan that would wipe the floor with Marshall, kick Grimsley in the balls,
My groin!
and lose at worst one Pokemon to Chantal. Caitlyn would stop me dead in my tracks. I tried a different approach. Dropped the Excavagoat strat and spent hours calculating with many possible teams. But none could do it in any order deathless. At least not without risks. I was not throwing this run away. Not after everything that it already went through. Chapter 5. The Sword of Damocles is swinging. Can you dodge it? My plans finally started to make progress after I benched the Dragon Daddy and viewed Klinklang as a cornerstone instead. Mienshao and Crobat were my ever-so-useful glass cannons. Zoroark's Sucker Punch was the chip I needed for Chantal, and thanks to its synergy with Crobat, it severely helped on Caitlyn. With Chandelure as my other Caitlyn counter, the former biggest threat felt manageable. I still lacked my Grimsley answer though, but if you remember correctly, I did mention a perfectly slow but bulky fairy-type beast to take the last spot. Altaria! I didn't fool anyone, did I? Gardevoir, with her perfect mix of bulk and power, alongside the fairy typing for Iris's dragons. Oh, yeah, you're right. I worry so much about the Elite Four and haven't even mentioned Iris. Her team is insanely diverse, with Serperior with Contrary as a lead. It also has the Ice Weakness covered by a Yache Berry and Leaf Storm Drago Meteor for buffs. Then there is a Hydreigon, Empoleon, the multi-scale Dragonite with great type coverage to pick apart whatever party the Elite Four left you with, and to top it all off, the Life Orb wielding Latios with Dragon Pulse, Aura Sphere, Mystical Fire, and a Sphere Wing. And what are my answers for this kinda insane team? I guess you'll have to watch to find out. Since Caitlyn was by far the scariest, I left her for last. Grimsley was a cakewalk, and I urgently had him as first. But since I knew Chantal was a triple battle, which are really hard to plan for, because with 3 opponents, there's 3 times the surprises every single turn, I knew I had to start with her. Logically, it should be the only fight that could turn my plans into dust. And no, 1 or 2 levels wouldn't help. Also, it's the only fight that could level up almost my entire team for the next challenge. Mismagius, Gengar, and Sableye face my Zoroark, disguised as the Ghost type of course, and being in the left slot to be out of range of Sableye's Prankster Trick Lagging Tail. Klinklang in the middle to bait Bulldoze from Golurk once it enters, and Crobat for the fast U-turn once things go south. Turn 1, the scariest part in Gengar gets annihilated by Sucker Punch, while Sableye opts for the healing item instead of Metal Coat. Mismagius is part fairy in this game, so Gear Grind takes it out alongside its Focus Sash. Golurk and Chandelier leave the bulky Jellicent last, exactly how I want it. Zoroark does the classic rinse and repeat of the Gengar turn, meaning now it's in range of a Volt Switch from my retreating Klinklang, as Chandelure busts my cover. With all the heavy guns out now, Mienshao can get its XP shot as Crobat ends the annoying Sableye, who didn't really pose any trouble anymore. Foul play into Blaziken was a KO on Golurk in my eyes, but it survived. Jellicent's Icy Wind kinda hurts Bat Lady, which is exactly why I wanted the pink Marshmallow out last, and not in the middle slot if possible. Golurk's high horsepower spares Zoroark, so 1 more Sucker Punch makes it a 3v1. Klinklang gets U-turned in. As I remember, I kinda forgot about Bat Lady's Lagging Tail.
Oh, I'm not faster. Okay, I lived it though. It's fine. It crit on the wrong Pokemon. Okay. Well, Am I -2? No, I have the lagging tail. Fuck me. I didn't realize that at all.
With that close call out of the way, Jellison goes down after a few turns, and the finale can now actually begin.
Oh, that was another crit. Let's go. We got super lucky with that one. Definitely matter. I mean, yeah, it did matter, but that's like 2 minutes. It wouldn't take more than 2 or 3 minutes to stall it out of recovers completely.
Grimsley went second, and if Marlon was the appetizer and gets his the main course, Visgoth is the sweet dessert. The Crocodile is up against my Mienshao, which is pretty straightforward. You see the move pool. That's right, U-turn to get rid of Intimidate. Crobat comes in on the baited EQ and U-turn the favor back. Sadly, on knockoff, so Mienshao had to kill with Blaze Kick. I couldn't U-turn because the Cat Warrior needs to bait Honchkrow. But now I could. Klinklang eats the Brave Bird and circumcises Honchkrow.
And if this next Pokemon will be Sharpedo, I think the strategy could work. Because Volt Switch shouldn't kill Sharpedo. Okay, cool. This is Sharpedo, which has Speed Boost. And we can Volt Switch it for around like 40 to 50 damage. 40 to 50% of its HP, I mean. Okay, it's good damage. And it should be close combat. So we can go into our Trace Gardevoir to get the Speed Boost.
With Speed Boost, now I just have to Calm Mind a few turns, which Sharpedo makes less painful by going for Protect turn 1. After a heavy crunch and a Citrus Berry heal, Thunderbolt kills Sharpedo, and thanks to Gardevoir being +3 speed, and the weird Illusion quirk in Gen 5 AI, I know the next Drapion isn't really a Drapion. I recover, and Zoroark just proves its identity by going Nasty Plot. Moonblast then breezes through Zoroark, as well as the real Drapion and the T-Tar. But that was all just warm-up. Now, the real threats emerge. Marshall is a double battle, leading with Hitmontop and Infernape, both of them having spread moves and some damn good coverage. And yeah, Infernape is sashed. Oh, also, he has Lucario with an Air Balloon and Rock Slide to pellet all your birds, Poison Touch Drain Punch Toxicroak holding a Salac Berry, Technician Breloom with Rock Tomb and Bullet Seed, not to mention Spore, and all of that is neatly held together by a Guts Flame Orb Conkeldurr, with Drain Punch, Rock Slide, and a Mach Punch, as well as Poison Jab to end all your possible Fairy Tales. I lead with Gardevoir plus Crobat, and hope for the Intimidate trace.
With Intimidate? Okay, that's great. I flinch the Infernape, or that Fake Out goes into Gardevoir, not, Crobat. Okay, that's great. And now get the flinch on Infernape. That would be... Oh my god, come on. Getting crit on the first move of this fight. Sick. Flinch, 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 flinch. Nope. That is really fucking terrible.
With that rocky start, I get rid of Infernape and Crobat has to endure a tough Ice Punch. His Gardevoir boosts. Toxicroak is 50-50 between Bullet Punch and Poison Jab, with both outcomes countered by a switch into Klinklang. Toxicroak goes down the turn after, and Klinklang retreats.
It should, or could at least, be close combat into balls now. Okay, great, and we also intimidated it. Okay, that didn't do anything. Sick. Lucario, right? Yep.
Since we're basically in the same situation as with Toxicroak, I just repeat the switch, so Crobat gets some very minor damage in, while also popping the balloon. If you're wondering why not to go for Hitmontop, it's a common Nuzlocke strategy, where I find the least threatening team member, and once it enters the field, I focus on solely lowering its damage output and keeping it alive, so no other much bigger threats can replace it. In this case, the -+2 Hitmontop, which is really only threatening to flying types, could be replaced by, let's say, Conkeldurr, which would make this fight practically undoable with the team I got. With the air balloon gone, I can high horsepower the Lucario and get Crobat to safety.
For the first entry just to get a little bit of XP and level up. Are you serious though?
Yeah, the damage on Chandelier is really bad. But not for the reason you think. You see, Rock Slide did so little damage that it put me into a false sense of security, thinking I can easily tank a few more hits with Chandelier. Thanks to that delusion, I decide to take both of them out this turn. High horsepower hits, and Shadow Ball takes care of my little mule. The final duo is out, and I know Klinklang is the fastest Pokemon on the field right now. Shadow Ball into Gear Grind surely kills the Conkeldurr, right? My tunnel vision understandably locks me onto the harder hitter. Pokemon I was afraid of this whole time. And luckily, my double strike proves effective.
If I double target the Conkeldurr, because that's definitely the bigger threat. And I think Gear Grind does enough to bring it to Shadow Ball range. Yeah, definitely. And a Breloom is definitely not strong enough to kill anything out of these two.
But as I said, it was all a false sense of comfort.
Nope. Oh, that was a crit. Oh.
And the crit might have mattered? I don't know. That one really grinds my gears, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that was not a joke. Chandelure was pretty unimportant so far, but it alongside Zoroark were the pivotal points for Caitlyn. My entire strategy for that fight depended on specifically both of them being alive. I left Caitlyn last for a reason. Her lead is a sashed high-coverage Xatu and a Trick Room Setter Musharna. The rest of the squad include a regenerated Slowbro, Gallade with Life Orb and Priority Shadow Sneak, Metagross, which is obviously holding an air balloon, and a Zen Mode Darmanitan with Sheer Force and Life Orb, which is an insanely scary combo. And I would know. I used one in the Unova League before. I figured out a plan with a lot of collateral damage, but I had to play the cards I was dealt. I lead with Zoroark and Klinklang against the Musharna and Xatu. I had to double target the Xatu first, while also getting Gardevoir out with Volt Switch. And my plan stopped completely making sense as Metagross came out instead of Gallade. Meaning doubling down with Shadow Claw and Moonblast didn't take him out, and Gardevoir got its HP drastically lowered by Musharna's Shadow Ball, while Metagross set up that dreaded Trick Room, which was awful because now Gardevoir was at risk of a double target KO. Metagross went for a Bullet Punch on the Klinklang slot, deeming my Sucker Punch worthless, as Musharna set up. My Crobat ruse worked as Musharna wasted its turn, Psyshocking, as Metagross went for Meteor Mash.
Oh, fuck. It's not boosted. Please don't do that kill. What the hell? Oh my god. Incredible. Zoroark pulling through on 1 fucking HP.
Musharna then went down to Gear Grind and Metagross to Foul Play. Darmanitan and Gallade were sent out, which is something I wanted to prevent by killing Gallade earlier, but oops. I had to sacrifice Zoroark for the Sucker Punch chip and get Mienshao out to U-turn into Crobat.
That is not a crit.
The chances of me pulling off this victory just plummeted. I got Crobat and Gardevoir out, prepared to start the funeral march. I knew the Trick Room had to run out any moment now, so Recover and Clink Pivot it was. Darmanitan's Psychic still did a huge chunk as Gallade Swords danced. But the Trick Room was done. I had to prioritize the lather, and hope Klinklang can one-shot so Moonblast switches targets.
Hold on. Hold on, that's a kill. We have it. I think we have it. Please be faster. Yes. Don't miss. Yes. Miss. Yes. What?
Now, it all seemed doable. Gardevoir started setting up coal mines, and I for some reason decided not to volt switch into Darmanitan, causing me to lose Bat Lady as well, the Pokemon that carried me through so many important battles.
Wait a minute, that's really good, huh? It does evolve with friendship. Let's fucking go. We're gonna win this. Good. Let's fucking go. Woo! Bad Lady popping off again. Holy shit, insane. I just realized what a rank killer that was. Please kill it though. Please kill it now. Do it. Hit it. Let's go. And see ya. Quad week to flying, bro. Oh my god, isn't it? Or is it sashed? It's not sashed. Oh, it is sashed. Dude, this Crobat
Was now gone, just because I couldn't choose the correct target with Klinklang. Its blood was on my hands. But there just wasn't time to grieve. The real goat got out to right all my wrongdoings, and the now +2 Gardevoir fried Caitlin's last hope with a single Thunderbolt. There was just one more battle ahead of me, 6 more Pokemon to knock out, but I only had 2 left. I was backed into a corner, but you know damn well I had to keep moving. This was the run that lost half of its team before even going to the first gym and still made it out. The team that lost one of its trademark members to Clay, just to replace it with an even better one. And though all hope seemed to be lost, I knew we've defined odds worse than this. I just couldn't give up. And I know I can't do the finale justice in post-commentary, so I'll let the fight speak for itself.
This is what we've been waiting for. Let's see if it actually works. Kinda unfair, 6 against 2, you know? I whip out my balls in a luxury ball with a shift gear. Oh, Leaf Storm, damn. Oh, it's contrary, right, I kinda forgot that that exists. Too bad I upped my speed, huh? This definitely kills, by the way. Absolutely. And next one should be Alakazam, I think. Indeed. Yeah, the sash definitely mattered, huh? I just realized I could have gone Shell Bell. I think that the Gear Grind is enough to kill everything anyway. Latios. Yeah, I sure hope it does. Yeah, all of these Pokemon are counted on as, like, getting killed by Klinklang in my original plan, so that's nothing new. The thing is, I was supposed to sack Kling on this guy, but I'm pretty sure he goes for Dragon Dance. He should, because he doesn't see a kill. So I can go Shift Gear one more time. Yes, okay. Ooh, that was a gamble, but that was the only way for us to be able to get through this. There's still Empoleon and Hydreigon in the back, so we still might not be out of the woods. This also probably doesn't kill, because multi-scale. Okay, it does. Okay. Empoleon. Sure thing. Just high horsepower here. Come on, pray that it kills even through the fucking berry. Because Gear Grind wouldn't. Do it, kill it. Oh, god damn it. Agility, oh, thank god. I should still be faster. Okay. And now we can click the signature move. Gear Grind again. Do it. Kill him. Let's fucking go. It's just the Hydreigon now. And regardless what happens, we won. Because if he kills this, Gardevoir kills him. That was the original plan. And Baba was supposed to kill Empoleon, but whatever. Doesn't matter anymore. Because this should definitely kill. Yeah, I got the 2-hit. Just to show off. And we got it! That is Blaze Black 2 Redux. With 2 Pokemon on the champion fight. That is pretty fucking crazy, I'm not gonna lie. That a single Klinklang can just sweep through this.
I apologize if you expected a more tense ending, but it turns out steel types with setup moves are kinda broken. Who would have thought? Thank you so much for watching this video and taking on this journey with me. This has by far been the biggest project I've ever took upon myself. And it's for a good reason. This series is the reason I learned how to edit, how to coherently write scripts, and genuinely just how to express myself on the internet. And whether you're here from the start, or you just tuned in and have no idea what I'm talking about, I appreciate you being here and interacting with my content. I want to spend the following years just improving on my content and bringing you even more higher quality videos. But with that, my job here is done, and I hope to see you in the next tough challenge real soon.